struggling over there. Like...
Times are tough.
Next thing you know, you'll start hearing somebody in the chat say, "My mom's kind of homeless." But then again, folks, at this point, we're looking at game number 3, 1-for-1. Broken Walls is going to be the map where 30 bans going to be in this game. We already see 20 that's out, 10 from each side. That's what global bans is. If you don't know what global bans is, don't worry, we'll explain it to you. Follow our socials, we'll update you with all that good stuff. Influence Rage on the blue side, U2 Esports on the red. Jushin, Sora, not gonna go anywhere. What are we talking about?
I just want to say shout out to production for adding no coach to the side with no coach for now, and I need that.
Hey yo.
Can you? Then tomorrow we'll have like no coach, no analysis, and then by the last day, no coach, no analysis.
Okay.
What do you say, guys? No, golly, guys, no problem.
I mean,
left me hanging on that one.
Thoughts
on the draft. What are we gonna see here
next time?
Oh, there's a carry ban. Okay, that's interesting.
We actually saw a carry ban last game. It was ban 3, which was still interesting then too.
I'm saying it's interesting now because carry wasn't picked up by either of the teams.
It was banned.
Yeah, but like now, I mean, for the side of Influence Rage, they could have picked up the carry for themselves at one point, but they just got rid of it straight away. So, does that mean maybe we're gonna go with another tanky jungler?
I am trying to like look at all of these global bans right now and just process it. So it's hard. I'm like, wait, who do we got? Fredrin's still open for Influence Rage. Marksmans are limited on both sides. Moskov's still open for Influence Rage. There goes the boss ban. Marcel?
Yeah, Marcel's going to come out from YouTube, right?
Banned.
They're not going to let the 3. Yeah, they're going to ban that out. I think first pick for Influence Rage in this case, then they haven't played the carry. Yeah, they haven't played the carry. They can really lock down. The carry is going to be such a hot pick here for either side. No, it's not. Oh yeah, carry's banned. Sorry, yeah, I didn't see that.
We just had a whole conversation on this.
Sorry, I spaced out. Not gonna lie, I was looking at the bans and I just completely spaced out. But here it's got to be the Marcel. The Marcel's got a ban through, but I think they're taking their time to see what could be left open because Sora's not gonna be able to play on the blue side. They do have the Valentina that's there.
Oh! Marcel, pick up. Marcel's coming. Do you first pick the Marcel here, Ashley? 100%. Do you first pick the Marcel and give over the Valentina and the you give over what, the Valentina and the...
How can they play Valentina? They can't play Valentina.
Valentina.
Oh, they can't. It's Influence Rage that can play Valentina.
They can maybe pick the Sora up for themselves on the YouTube.
Even Influence Rage doesn't know what to do right now. There's a Sora for you too, yeah. Sora for you too. Oh no, it's banned. It's banned. It's banned from the...
Oh, it is?
We're all panicking right now.
No, I don't... What?
Oh, Harley!
Wait. Is that a huge whiff? Is that a huge whiff?
No. I like Harley. I still like Harley. You get to pick off whoever's there on the other side. You know for a fact that they are looking to play some sort of a split. You know for a fact they're going to be isolated in these fights. Early game, Harley is super strong, can just melt down the front line, but Marcel is too strong to let go of still. Ashley
doesn't agree with you. She thinks, yeah, the Marcel should have been first picked. Look at her face.
Yeah.
She's like,
not a shot do I agree with you.
No. I mean, I'm saying, like, yes, Marcel should have been the first pick, but is Harley terrible? No, I'd say Harley's still good. Harley's still good. Like, if there was anything else apart from the Harley, I would have been like Influence Rage or on something. Whatever it is, got to be passed around.
Yeah.
Marcel and YSS.
Solid, man. U2 Esports got it. I feel like U2 Esports look like they got it in the bag already.
This will be my first game casting on Marcel.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a cast on Marcel yet.
Me too.
We did yesterday, didn't we?
No, this is the debut. This is the debut pick.
Okay.
Freya got through yesterday, but not Marcel.
Yeah. No Zuzhen so far, but this is first Marcel.
Okay,
so I'm guessing RWM can't really get affected by the ult. Like if RWM's already down, you're good, right? By the golden hour.
It gets stopped.
It gets stopped?
Yeah. It's like a suppression, basically.
It's like a huge suppression. Okay, heard.
Yep. So that's the only reason I like. maybe I haven't seen the interaction yet, but I know for a fact that it's kind of like a suppression, right? You're kind of stuck in place. You can't purify out of it as well, if I'm not wrong. So I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, so I don't understand how this is gonna work out. They need to add a lot more AoE to the lineup of U2 Esports.
And it freezes Black Dragon midair.
Yes.
Yes.
It should, yeah.
Does everything, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. That ultimate's crazy. But more than the ultimate being used as like a set tool, it's used like a zoning tool, if you ask me. And not just that,
Yeah.
with more important is the stacks that he gets on his Thunderbolt early with the tracking shot. He's just able to go in with the second skill, gets faster. With the skill 1 pulls back, you get like a 3-man stun, and you can just walk away. And that stun does so much damage, especially for the early game against the squishies, which Influence Rage have with this Harley and the Eve. So you can't really stop this Marcel from walking into the jungle.
I want to point out the fact that we're also getting to see the Yuzong and the Lapu here. 2 EXP laners that we haven't really seen a whole lot of, honestly. We did see Nats like prio the Yuzong on day 1 and played wonderfully on it. Lapu hasn't had the greatest games overall, but these are we got some throwback EXP laners here.
Yeah, and going back to the potential of Marcel, right? Mostly what makes Marcel super strong around like Lords or Turtles or pretty much any objective is able to freeze the opposing team's jungler to be able to retreat, right? But I mean, when you pair it against a Harley, right? Harley's usually super hard to kind of catch, so I guess I could give that over to Influence Rage for that pick, but I still don't understand why they got rid of the Marcel. I don't know why. I'm coping.
It's a lot of eggs in this Harley basket that they can't kind of have right now. But how are they gonna really capitalize? I can see you two going for a Granger here. So just to add more firepower, put the YSS in the jungle. You already have a crazy front line going for yourself. You just need a little more peel with maybe another mid lane. The Zetian was it picked up by both teams already?
Yes. No, not for you two.
Yeah, so yeah, Zetian, I was gonna say Zetian and then the Granger, you add that. So it looks super solid. If you're a U2 Esports, but for Influence Rage at the moment, I think they can still go with the Granger. They already picked up the Harriet, not really a fan of it against the Marcel. Obsidia is a solid choice, but then again, you have to get too up close and personal. They could go for the Moskov. I'm not a fan against the Marcel. The range is just gonna be such a problem right now.
But the thing is, guys, right? So if we decide to put the YSS on gold on jungle and get the Granger on the gold lane, I feel like you two would be lacking a lot of buddy to really walk up without getting punished.
Yeah, they don't have a heavy front line. They have the dive with Lapu, but nothing. They got no wall. They got no big blockers. Here comes the Obsidia that Kronos called out. I do want to say this too. I feel like this Harley's main job is going to be try to bully this Marcel. Like, try to get the kills. Yeah, just lock in on the Marcel all game long. Look to get deadly magics. Try to break down the mid. So wait a second. With this, so...
Whoa, okay.
Nolan pickup. Still no big body, but this is dive. This is aggressive. They have 0 front line, though, on the side of U2, essentially. 0 tankiness. I don't know how tanky the Marcel actually ends up getting, but...
Super.
You like it? I don't see anything that can really like synergize with this Marcel on the side of U2.
That's the thing, right? You're not really looking to get that massive set to get that crazy synergy with Marcel, but also at the same time, you're maximizing what you can provide in the early game to bridge the gap between the early and the late, where the Eastern Shin and the Zetian can start shining. They're going to be crazy in terms of these neutral objectives, the Turtles, the Lords. It's going to take a lot for the Marcel to be taken down.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Any last words, Ashley?
This is going to be a very, very fun game to watch on the sidelines, guys. I will see you guys later.
Well, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, Clint and Bruno showing what they got there with the MLBB AMER Championship Tour of the 2026 coming your way. This is game number 3, match number 2 of day number 2. Influence Rage Origins versus U2 Esports, and already a pause coming through. And you know what? With this pause, Trex, taking a step back about the draft, I know you both don't like U2 Esports. I don't prefer U2 Esports. I prefer the draft of Influence Rage Origins because it's so much more straightforward. Hey man, I'm here. I've been here the whole time, all right? I'll fix that soon. But yeah, the draft of Influence Rage Origins is so much more easier to execute, straightforward compared to what the Marcel provides. But transitioning from early to mid to late is going to be so much more easier for the side of U2 Esports if this Nolan can get the snowball going. Again, a lot of ifs and buts, but if they do, it's going to be super hard to stop.
I will say this. We saw Sykes Nolan on yesterday. It's the only game they won yesterday against Leviathan. So we know he does perform well. This is a pocket pick of his, even though it's not the most popular jungle pick out there right now. We've only seen it pick twice, and both times, this is the second time, and both times have been by Sykes himself. My worry for the lineup isn't it's not that I'm doubting the Marcel. I think the Marcel is going to be great. It's just, yes, the goal is to those neutral objectives. You're not going to catch Harley. Harley's not going to be sitting in the pit waiting to get shot. He's going to be sitting on the sidelines waiting to come in at the last moment to find those picks, right? And outside of that, like Ashley said, there is zero front line for U2 right now. Even their Lapu, who's their big tanky guy, is going to be diving in. There's no real stoppage, essentially.
I agree with that, with what you're saying, but then again, that front line, I think if Zultra is able to get those stacks going early on, yeah, it's gonna be enough. But then again, the early pressure from Harley is just way too much to deal, and you can see already how much damage that Marcel is dishing out to Harley.
Now we'll see exactly how it goes down. The possibilities are definitely there. One weak link is possibly going to be the Subsidia. No major meta marksman for the side of Rage Origins, but they have some other decent picks to hang out. I think the idea for Rage Origins coming in to these turtle pits, into these neutral objectives, is don't stay too grouped up. Look for angles.
Oh no.
Oh, Soldier low. First blood of Matakucho.
That's what we were talking about, right? Yes, he can go and he can be annoying, but the damage from Harley is just way too much. And the problem is if you start feeding Harley the kills, he will run away with the game.
Yeah, and I mean, his only way to get away is going to be the flicker. It is still a semi-stationary hero. Yes, it has potential with its skills, but you still have to be careful, and Harley is the perfect answer to it, I feel like.
Yes, definitely. I think Influence Rage Origins read a big-brained U2 Esports. Can we say that? I think so.
I mean, I think there was still a lot of possibilities for U2 Esports. I think they just went maybe a little too heavily on damage. But again, this is comfortability for them. Sykes on this Nolan has done a lot of things.
Nice use of the Fury of the Phoenix as well. Ziggy coming into the fray. Here's the Black Dragon trying to disengage. Zultra going in, have the tracking shot. InK gets petrified with the Furious Dive, not able to take the whole thing thanks to the Void Crystal, but now, oh, the Fracture able to get that kill. Sykes finds it. Here's the RWM to be able to get Ziggy. They get themselves the turtle. Plaga comes in, nice with the Mount Chucker as well. Astro, glorious pathway, makes it out alive.
All right, so 1 for 1. Zultra still doesn't have a level 4 just yet, so we couldn't make a huge trade. 1 for 1 plus the turtle over to the hands of Rage Origins. Still about a stalemate. Sykes is going to be huge, I think, in this game. You mentioned it. If they can get the snowball and they already got a kill into his hands, that's a major win condition for U2. Rage Origins, on the other hand, we already know they need to bully down on Zultra. They need to bully down on the back line, and that's what Delika is trying to do overall.
Yeah, and that's what they've been trying to do. Look at Zultra. This is what you want to see. Being really annoying. Just front line for the opposition. Nice golden hour coming in as well. Astro just caught in place, not a lot of damage to follow. Sykes goes in, glorious Panther to make it out alive. Again, attention on the gold lane should be there, with Obsidia having a tough time, Trex.
Yeah, Obsidia is going to continue, I feel like, to have a tough time. As we get into the game, the possibilities are there. I'm not saying her late game doesn't have potential, her mid to late game, but the rest of the team of Rage Origins needs to kind of carry through that to get Replic to that spot.
Have you seen Marcel's quite a lot? It's so annoying. Wait, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Here comes the Fury of the Phoenix, but at the same time, you can see they go in Sykes with that Fracture, but the wrong target. It's going to be Astro. Deadly Magic. Did he even use it?
He did, but he didn't get enough shots on after to really stack up the damage It's okay, though. We're seeing the possibilities. Rage Origins approaching these fights definitely at the angles they need to. U2 Esports, though, they're just biding time. They know they don't need to like force fights right now. We need to get Sykes online. We need to get Plog online. We need to get Inke. I mean, pretty much all of our big damage dealers, which is more than half the team. And once they get there, you know, maybe not even second turtle, but third turtle, the possibilities can run up.
Zultra just hiding, making sure he doesn't get spotted out. Nox looking like it's going to be the target. Here he comes, goes in with the tracking shot, along with the frame moment as well, but nice flicker. Astro falling with the glorious pathway. Sykes was looking to snipe him down, but the turtle should be in the hands of Rage Origins. Black Dragon just to go for the disengage. Nice use of the golden hour, putting them in place as well. As you can see, Ziggy's going to be the target. He goes with the Petrify along with the Furious Dive. Able to get Zultra. Should be going down. RWM to steal the deal. Astro slowing them down at the same time. But the deadly magic onto Ziggy as Dalika Eto makes it out alive with the slightest bit of HP. And Plaga falls down as well. They trade 3 for nothing and even get the turtle.
Yeah, Zultra can't seem to, and that's the thing, he's not finding big golden hours. It's 2, and it's on Dalika Echo, and if you try to engage onto them, then the rest of the team jumps on you. So we're seeing some of the issues happen with U2 Esports since everyone is kind of a backliner essentially, or wants to come in at the last moment. There's no way for them to really get those big sets outside of Zultra landing a golden hour.
Yep, and oh, no, not looking good. Even to get the Hunts of Bone at the same time. But Maracucho gets taken down. Oh, no, it's not looking good. 2 for 1 trade. And on the top side, Plaga still able to survive. Rage Origins kind of fumbled that one.
That's huge for Sykes. That's huge. Another kill into his hand, and this is what we said the win condition kind of turns out to be. It is all of our baskets on Sykes right now. Plaga secures a kill too, but he has died, so he's still standing about the mid. But wait a second.
No. No. Petrify. He wasn't even able to fracture out. He didn't have that. Dalika Eto has been clinical with this Furious Dive Petrify, hasn't he?
Very clinical, finding targets, even with the first one that Dalika pulled off, that he takes a death, but overall that's okay. Wait a second, a little bit of shots.
Glorious pathway at the same time. You can see they slow them down, and the golden hour to create a little bit of a separation. Here goes with the bravest fighter at the same time. Raging Slash committed as well. Nox able to make it out alive, but Obsidia kiting, and they get Nox. Plaga going in. And the rest of U2 Esports get control of the river. But look at the turtle. Maracucho already going ham at it.
Yeah, but he's all alone, and they are moving fast down there.
Yeah, they are super fast. They get the turtle in the hands of Inke. Maracucho didn't want none of that smoke.
All right, so what happens from here? Look at the mid tower. U2 Esports, even with them losing some fights here and there, they've kept gold at a minimum, and the pressure's on.
Oh, the pressure is definitely on. They're using the Phoenix Descent at the same time. Glorious Path, they're not able to make it out alive. That was the Hylos with the Revitalize that they took down from full HP. And now here comes the Mountain Shocker as well. Looking to catch them down. Dalika the Furious Staff just to make it out.
And we're starting to see the pressure. I gotta say, the fact that golden hour is 3 seconds long at the, I mean, with everything it does, it is a 3 second long stun, which is insane if you think about it. Here you could kill 2 or 3 heroes in 3 seconds easily. You blow enough skills off. So that is the danger that it is providing. Zultra, yes, had a little bit of a rough start, but we're starting to see now that U2 Esports is kind of moving together and being more aggressive. We're seeing the possibilities.
Yeah, we're looking at the possibilities, all right. And oh no, Maracucho, oh, Zultra really wanted that one. He even flickered to get that framed moment on the top side. Replic able to get that tier 1. Mountain Shocker providing vision of where everyone is at the moment. They get the tier 1 back on the bot side. Unless Maracucho has other ideas. No. I thought they'd get a kill too.
Maracucho's playing it safe right now. He knows that if he goes too deep and messes up, there was no vision on YouTube. Wait a second in the mid lane, a little bit of damage.
A little bit.
Both teams going to disengage.
Yeah. That's half HP of the Hylos, so there's a lot of damage.
It's enough. It's enough damage, but it's not a full engage. And I got to point out, the gold right now has barely moved to either side. So U2 Esports definitely holding an advantage with that, right? Especially with Replic not really having the moment to pop off yet. It still could be a few more minutes for that. Lord is up, and I feel like Matakucho shouldn't be the one starting these off. Matakucho needs to be more of, okay, I'm gonna wait to come in and try to steal Lord last minute.
Dalika Eto, oh, but they get the retribution on point. They get a nice golden hour as well, but look at Dalika Eto on this Black Dragon. He's zoning away so many members. Yes, he finally got the moment, but hey, if they're able to zone out just with one Black Dragon and now the Lord March on the bot side, never mind, it continues. They get the glorious pathway. Are you going to go? No, the Hunt of Bone able to catch them as well. Replic finally able to pop off, but only getting one kill.
But still, that's huge, especially with the fact that you two kind of started that fight there. And Rage Origin's so quick to spread out. We're going to try to take some towers here. We're going to put some pressure down, but down to the bot side, a little bit of damage.
Oh, Dalika Eto. I don't know if he's going to go through your staff Petrify combo. He does have it. Maracucho gets out of harm's way with a hat trick. Tier 1 should fall down soon. Astro making sure they can't get in. Ziggy does have the bravest fighter. Do they want to contest this? No, they don't. Give it up. And now look to save your tier 2s, because on the top side already Replic looking to take it down. Ziggy and Zultra looking to go forward. Tracking shot already being used up. Nah, they just give it up.
I mean, with the fact that Replic wasn't doing amazing in laning phase against Plaga and was still able to hold himself together, 1-1-0. Now we're seeing the movement happen, taking down towers, being a threat, can pretty much get a kill onto any single member of U2 Esports if you're able to pop off the ultimate. Taking a look at the items, did go for Haas Claws. You get the Berserker's Fury and you have some nice crit damage because the speed is already there, right? It's like a, it feels like a Shred hero, but also you're doing insane damage across the map and it happens quickly, right?
Yeah, I agree, and I think there are two ways, of course, to build that marksman. You have that Trinity, and then you have the crit build, but in this case, you don't really need the Trinity because there are not many tanky oppositions on the other side. So you get the crit, you're able to melt them down a lot faster. You have that extra bit of sustain that comes in. So yes, Replic right now clearly going to be online. And here's Zultra looking for the golden hour, only catches Dalika Eto, slowing the game down. You can see Hunt of Bone coming in as well. Look at the cat Ziggy off guard. The damage is there, but Sykes goes in. Fracture, missing out on everybody. Here comes the Black Dragon, finally to take him down with the help of the Retribution. And alongside that, look at Plaga. He goes and finds Nox. He flickers out of harm's way as well. He's bobbing, he's weaving. He gets the Traceless on, but Astro, being a body blocker, able to disengage.
So Ziggy for Replic, a good trade for U2 Esports, especially with the way that Rage Origin has been pushing it onto their base. They do still have Holy Defenses on the field, which is big. If Rage Origin tries to go for another big push, it's going to be a bit more time, and that's exactly what U2 Esports kind of wants. The fact, though, that Rage Origins has taken this gold lead to about 2,000, and Replic is starting to damage, not to mention Nox as well, 3-1-4. It's getting into dangerous positions. My question for you, Kronos, if this goes to late game, who has the advantage?
If it's going to go late game, my guy, Rage Origins definitely have all the advantage. You can see the macro that they're playing with. They can pick everybody off with that Harley as well. And Replic's going to have a lot of damage online. Sykes needs to pick somebody off, and he has to do that soon. But Zultra, oh my god, the deadly match doing a lot of damage. Alongside that, you can see the View of Phoenix popped in as well. Lord, 10,000 HP. No, Maracucci able to get the Retribution. On point, Astro healing for the team. Ziggy can barely do anything. Yes, they trade back, but Rage Origins definitely get the better of the trade.
Here's the thing, even if Zultra, this is the problem we're running into, because there's no big body blockers, and that's what we were worried about for you two, Zultra can make his way in, right? He can find his way to Matakucho in the Lord Pit, but the rest of the team is being held back by Astro. It's being held back by Dalika. And Sykes goes down, a shutdown at that, which is a good chunk of gold into the hands of Matakucho when he's already ahead. Yeah, that's a big bounty, all right. And you can even see Replic got that Malefic gun. That crit, that attack speed, that range is not looking good if you are U2 Esports. They need to find a way to slow down this Lord, or at least take it down as fast as possible. They need to make some space for Zeus Shin. You mentioned about how Zultra's going to the backline, getting some golden hours, able to catch Maracucci off guard, but no one to dive alongside him. Yes, you have Ziggy, but he's not exactly a Black Dragon, but Plaga alone by himself gets picked off by the deadly magic Maracucci. This is why this Harley is so dangerous and so nasty. All right, so Rage Origins making their push in. Black Dragon comes out once again. Towers are dropping. U2 Esports, do they have the shred? Plaga's not on the map. The wave clear just isn't completely there. Inkay luckily hasn't died too many times. Look at this.
A nice golden hour as well to stop them in place. Zultra trying the best that he can, but they're not able to stay out of the tier inhibitor. And Ziggy almost going to go down. Able to survive thanks to the fountain. A lot of waves pushing in, but Origins back off. 70 seconds to the Lord, and I think they want to go with that one.
I gotta say, maybe me and Ashley are just the curse at this point. You know, we were really doubting Rage Origins off the Harley pick. We're like, wait a second. We liked we liked Rage Origins draft towards the end, but in the beginning it was confusing. And you said it, Kronos. The big brain play with the Harley really did work out. Right now, overall, U2 Esports has no answers to Rage Origins draft.
The Harley is just too good, man. It's like it was such a great pick. It was so anti-meta, it's become meta, right? That's the one thing. You have the meta, and then you have someone that kind of counters the meta, and the anti-meta pick that countering the meta becomes so much meta that now it's the meta. Too much meta?
Too much meta. Meta on meta on meta. But that's the question, right? Does the counter meta become the meta, or does it just stay the counter meta? But overall, Harley, I think, is just a great pick around the board. On this, no inhibitor standing. U2 Esports at this point needs a Hail Mary, right? They need a Hail Mary.
They get that in the form of the beauty, but look at Maracucho. Whoever comes in is going to get melted down. He's going to target down Plaga. That's going to be the target. Oh, no, he sees the bye-bye. Sykes going to be the target. Oh, my God! That is nasty! Oh, he even jukes the golden hour, but gets caught into a Mountain Chakra shutdown coming through. Dalika Hotel goes in with the Black Dragon form. Fury of the Phoenix to stop them in place. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I wish we could get a replay. That is nasty.
All right, so with that, U2 Esports, no retribution, but they still don't fight for it. And Rage Origins going to be able to rush down this Lord. Wait a second, RWM comes out.
Ooh, I thought he was able to get that Lord Ziggy, but you can see Hunter Bone coming in, locking up Plaga, and I think he might be going down. No, he doesn't. Able to survive, but it's still taken down. Raging slash from Ziggy just to slow them down, but look at Dalika Eto sustaining through the entire fight. Two-man Petrify goes into the Furious Stab. No knockup available, but this time Zultra finds a frame moment, slowing down the game, but the Lord is already there, but no one to follow through.
Yeah, no big damage to push that in for Rage Origins. U2 Esports hang on by getting an insane play. The Mountain Chakra on Maracucho able to get the kill. Overall, is the playing field starting to even out? I still think Rage Origins has the advantage in terms of team fights, but if they can keep finding little pickoffs, look for the weaknesses, maybe they can win out.
Yeah, at this moment, the weakness of U2 Esports is the full map. The map is against them. They don't have any inhibitor to try and defend, of course, but Rage Origins, they need to find Harley, man. This is why the Harley's so good, right? Look what he's doing. Maracucho's just there, isolating himself, and he knows he's so good. And you can play a game with a Harley when you're 4-1. You can play a 3-2, but in this case, you don't really need to play a 3-2 formation, do you? Just go 4-1, and if possible, they can go 2-2-1 with this Harley just by himself when it comes mid to late game. Obsidia is the only one that really needs some sort of protection in this case. Yes, so does the Eve, but you have the option to slow down the opposition, and nobody can really jump in on this Obsidia. Once you lock down the Hunt of Bone, it's a lot of damage. But Plaga, clearly not being DPS, being a little bit more burst, is not able to chunk down a Replic on this Obsidia.
Yeah, especially since Replic also just locked it. I mean, Wind of Nature is secured, gives even more safety, can make Replic be even more aggressive in terms of how much Replic wants to dive, like what we've been seeing from it. And Rage Origins not letting up. They're letting the waves push in. They don't want to play the stall game. They're keeping the pressure on. 57 seconds on this Lord, and they're just eating up jungle, not even letting you two have a chance to come back. We're getting to that 60k gold mark where it's going to be maxed out items for everyone. I think this is the point where Rage Origins, okay, we need to try to end this here, right? Because even though we do kind of have better map control in draft, I mean, the damage is there for Sykes. We just saw it. The damage is there for Plaga. If a big golden hour does lock on, the risk is what I'm saying is still there against Rage Origins, and they have to be careful on how they approach this.
They definitely have to be careful, Rage Origins. But the thing is, nobody's ever really take down this Hylos. That's another thing as well to look at, right? In case the one that really needs to poke down this Hylos, but by the time you're poking him down, can it really burst? Look at that. It's a full fracture. It's a full combo coming in from Sykes. I mean, not exactly a full combo, but that barely was a tickle.
Yeah, I don't think there's... I mean, you get some heavy crowd control and everyone unloads their ults on him and maybe something happens, but U2 Esports don't want to let this Lord go easily.
Yeah, Zultra, tracking shot. Astro with the Glorious Path Whistle, slowing them down. Replay gets caught out in the Golden Hour. Nice RWM at the same time. You can see a lot of damage being dished out, but there's the Black Dragon, Dalika, Eto, the difference maker. Ziggy in the back line, going with the bravest fighter. Now they turn their attention to him. Sykes able to come in. Is he going to get the retribution? No, he doesn't. Maracucho secures the Lord. Zultra has to go away. Dalika, Eto going in. Plaga has to go back. Ziggy disengages. Nobody goes down, but Rage Origins get the big objective.
Yeah, I think the big story of this game is Sykes was never able even to get close to the Lord Pit. There was no way, continuously getting zoned away. Maracucho just had free roam over every single objective, essentially. 4 Lords, 2 Turtles. It's a tough fight for U2 Esports to try to fight for those moments.
And now the Lord's already marching in, full HP. Waves crashing in at the same time. He can't take it on low. He's probably going to go down anyway. Winter Crown, know that the Immortality that's popped in, and the RWM coming out at the same time. A Black Dragon already unleashed. Too much damage, and Plaga being locked down by the Hunt of Bone. Wind of Nature popped in as well. Golden Hour catches so many members in place, buying some time, but the base crystal, it should be the target, and they get it indeed. Rage Origins find the end. 2-1's going to be the score, Trex.
A full-on rubber band match, 1 for 1 for 1, back and forth. And in the end, I don't think that game came down exactly to skill. It came down to draft, and that's something we haven't gotten to see a lot. But Rage Origins, from start to finish of that draft, just seemed to be at the steering wheel.
And I was finally right, guys. I couldn't see an opening on the side of U2 Esports, even though we saw Sykes on the Nolan attempt to stabilize the game and really try to, you know, like budge through. The gameplay and draft on the side of Rage Origins just made more sense. We saw them all put their eggs on this Harley's cards, I guess, you know, and it was rewarding in return. Like, I really want to highlight this trio mid, the Harley, the Hylos, and the Eve doing their jobs to the fullest. And not only was Maracucho picking everyone off, Nox on this Eve and Astro on the Hylos was able to either initiate or play backup to peel with their ults and, you know, like really seal the deal.
Hey, that poker trick with the Harley going all in really worked out for them, didn't it?
It definitely did. It definitely did. First pick Harley. I'll never doubt it again, even if Marcel's available.
Told you, man.
But I do have to say, yeah, because Sykes did okay when they're in just basic fights, right? In the beginning of the game, was able to get some kills, was able to start scaling. But when it came down to the objectives, even, I mean, Zultra, we saw it a few times. Zultra would just run in, but he's not looking behind him because the rest of the team is still waiting by the mid lane as they're all getting pushed back. And even as Zultra gets the stuns, gets the golden hours, there's just nothing that the rest of the team can do. Influence Rage had control in that game.
I think it definitely came down to, if you ask me, I think the difference maker was the EXP lane. Right? Yes, of course, Astro on this Hylos was an absolute beast just standing in the front line. Look at him. He's full build. How can you really get past that? So many HP bars. But the problem being the fact that, like you mentioned, when Zultra's trying to go in, he's super fast with a tracking shot, goes and gets the perfect picture of the backline, of course. But then who's there to follow? Okay, Sykes can keep up to a certain extent, but there has to be someone else that can come through with him, and that had to be Ziggy. Unfortunate that really that Lapu Lapu that you mentioned, some of the OGs in the EXP lane kind of being a letdown in this case for U2 Esports. But hey, Influence Rage, that Harley, the Yu Zhang, everything working out well. The Obsidia was all right.
Yeah, it was clean. It was actually, it performed extremely better than I expected.
Yeah, I don't know, like I said earlier, I was so excited for this Marcel pick, you know, but just paired up with the rest of the lineup, I wasn't too sure about what U2 can do, you know, like, if you look at Rage Origins, it was kind of like almost textbook friendly drafting and also just gameplay. It just made more sense.
I mean, even
Yeah,
here, once again, you see it. Zoltra's sitting there while everyone else on the team is still sitting in the jungle. I'm upset too that we got to see Marcel for the first time, and it just the Zoltra looked good. Like the Marcel did work, but it needed a better draft around it.
Yeah, I agree. And not just the fact that you needed a look at that. Lord got a picture taken too. But yeah, not just a good draft. I'd say just somebody to stop this Harley, right? Just somebody to put a stop to this Harley. You know, instant lockdown, no instant stun as soon as he goes in. So that being a problem when you have such a broken pick in a Harley that can't be stopped. I mean, you're really asking for trouble. You're looking for trouble at that point. And you could see the amount of damage, especially when Sykes kind of walked in there. Even Maracucho tried to bring his attention to us, like saying, you know, a couple of recalls, but like, hey guys, I'm here. They're walking up to me. Check this damage out. And next thing you know, oh my, that was nasty damage. I have not seen damage like that in a long time. That Nolan had no chance whatsoever. And in a 1v1, yeah, Harley, unstoppable. And Maracucho, he's got deep pockets, man, in this jungle pool.
Maracucho, deep pockets. He's got a glint in his eyes. This guy's a monster. But the Harley, like, is it the Harley? Is it Maracucho? I feel like we've seen so much from Maracucho in the past couple days. Like I said, we've seen a different jungler from him. Almost every game. It was yesterday. It was Fredrin, Suyo. Today it's Guinevere, Harley, and Basha. No, Guinevere, Harley. What was this? What was this pick in game 1?
I remember at the moment.
Doesn't matter. He's played a lot of jungles. He's doing great, is what I'm saying.